You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh, how
you know what time it is. I'm raw with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive, stiff arms to your jaw. We breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown. We taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello. And tonight, as you can see, we got a quite literal big-time guest for you tonight, man. Zaden Krempin from offensive lineman out of Texas. Zaden, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good. Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming, man. Mello, how about you? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm good. I'm super excited. You know, over here at Ohio State, we love offensive linemen. Like that's if you check the fan base, that's all the fans will ask on every pod. What offensive lineman are we getting? What offensive lineman are we after? Because we all know you win in the trenches, and our D lines are always
up front.
Yeah, 100%. And we're very passionate about O-line recruiting here. It's really hard when we get O-linemen on here not to try to give you a pitch onto why you should sign at Ohio State. We're not going to do that tonight. Very bad. We might throw some little hints in there from time to time, but either way, man, we're going to have a good time tonight, man. Everybody in the chat, of course, you know, we appreciate you guys coming every single time, dude. Take a moment right now before we start, dude. Share this on your X account, Instagram, Facebook. That's probably the biggest thing you can do for us. Help us get our name out there, get more people on here watching. If you're watching right now and you can hear me and you're not in the chat, typing, having conversation with these guys, get in there, man. Super chill. Don't forget super chats. They're up and rolling, man. The whole 9 yards. That goes to support Teen Challenge and homeless veterans. So give to a good cause, help support the show. But let's just dive right into it, man. Zaden, I spent some time watching your film today. And, dude, after the first time watching some of your film, the first thought that came to my mind was, dude, this guy loves to play football. That's what I thought, man. So talking about where that love came from, man, did your parents play sports? Do you have siblings that play sports? Or how does football in your family? How did you come to be a football player?
Yeah, so, I started playing football in 7th grade. I started pretty late. My parents showed me and kind of taught me that family time is bigger than sports and chasing a ball at a younger age. I started playing in 7th grade. My dad played in high school, played at Northeastern in Oklahoma, played there for a while. His dad played for the New York Jets a long time ago. He was 6'7", big, 300-pound tackle, big dude. And I think that's where I get some of my height and stuff. My mom played basketball at Northeastern, and she was a basketball coach. And so, yeah, that's the kind of story rundown. My brother plays tight end at the high school where I play at, and he's a boxer, so he's pretty scrappy. And I want to get in the ring with him because he would whoop up on me. So I give him respect for that. And so, yeah.
That's pretty cool. You play with your brother, man. That would have been exciting. I played a little bit of basketball with my brother, and that was fun, man.
It's fun. Practices are fun too.
Yeah.
So is your brother? This isn't my question. I'm just wondering: is your brother older or younger than you?
Younger. He's a sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But like saying your mom played basketball, that's the first thing I thought of when I watched your film, because you get off the line so fast. It's ridiculous. It's kind of insane, your first step. So I was wondering, did you play any other sports? Did you play basketball growing up?
I did. I think I started playing basketball in 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade, like on a little select team thing. And I stopped playing my freshman year to focus on football and everything. And I play a little basketball. Right now I'm in track season. I throw shot put and discus. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you said you started playing when you were in the 7th grade. When did it start clicking for you? Did you have somebody in your life, a mentor, a coach, a family member that came up to you after they watched you play in 7th or 8th grade and was like, "Hey, like you got some serious talent here. You got some potential."
Yeah.
When did you start to believe that yourself, and when did that happen for you?
I started playing 7th grade. That first year, I didn't really like football because I haven't done a sport that tough, and I just didn't like it. 8th grade came around, and I was kind of the wheels started turning. And when that freshman year, that first game came around, and my dad kind of like I was growing up a little bit. He was like, "Hey, you're bigger. Like you can bury these dudes. Like it's okay. It's illegal. It's legal to do it in football. Like you're not gonna get in trouble, and the refs don't care." And I would say that freshman year, after that first game, my dad was going through my film and everything. He's like, "Hey, like this kid got it. Like he understands it now, how to bury dudes and how to play football the way football's supposed to be played, like old school." So yeah, I would say freshman year.
So that's part of the tape I was watching, which is crazy. You were burying kids, so it's kind of crazy that you're saying and describing how your first 2 years in football and your experience went, because you can't tell from your film at all, especially your freshman film. I was watching your YouTube page. I don't know if you still use that YouTube page at all, but it was pretty cool. I had 2 videos on it, so I don't know if you still use it or not.
No, I don't think. I think I was just like pass, but yeah,
just messing with it. Yeah, but you got some good highlights on there. So going to your freshman year, what would you say was the biggest adjustment in terms of just mindset for football, in terms of like getting to that, to establish that? Was it something at practice? I know you said your dad had a talk with you, but where did it actually really click? Was it the first time at practice or in a game?
Yeah, I would say those practices like leading up to that game, but it was mostly that first game, like that first play. I had the mindset like I can't bury everybody or pancake everybody, but I'm gonna try to. Like that's my intent, and I think I played like a little, like my head's on fire a little bit, you know. So
yeah,
that first game.
Yeah. So obviously your life consists of a lot of football right now, rotating around football a lot, dude. But what do you like to do in your free time, man? What's some other stuff you do with your friends, family, or by yourself? I know me and you had a little talk before, so I kind of know what you started doing at 11. That's a really good hobby to have, work and a hobby at the same time, mowing lawns, dude. But what do you do, man, when you're not all dove into this football and recruiting and training and answering phone calls and emails and doing interviews? What are you doing, man?
No, I mean, like you said, the lawns. I started mowing yards when I was 11 years old, and that taught me a lot. My dad, I was like, "Man, I want some money, Dad," and he was like, "Well, it's not just going to be given to you. You have to go work for your money. Like you gotta." And it was like that day it just clicked. I was like, "Man, I gotta. There's no shortcuts. I can't just get money. You know, I had to work for it," and that taught me a lot of lessons. I mean, I had to. Sometimes I want to go hang out with my friends, but I knew I had 6 yards to go mow before, and it taught me time management. And so, I mean, in my free time, I do lawns. I have a ZK Lawn Care. That's my business. But I'm a big fisherman. We got some big bass down here in Texas.
Yeah, so, you do.
So Deion Sanders' house is like when he played for the Cowboys, it's like a mile down the road from me. So I go and fish at his house, his back pond all the time. And it's stocked and it's pretty nice. But yeah.
Man, that's pretty cool, bro. Someone pointed it out, and that is a pretty nice cross behind you. What's behind that cross? Did you guys hand make it or?
No, that was in a barn. I don't know. We found it at some antique shop, but me and my dad, we like collecting. Me and my dad and my brother, we like collecting like antique stuff, and our whole office is just filled with it. So yeah, that's from us.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So other than fishing, what is it? It seems like you have a business mind to me. So is that what you want to study when you go to college?
No, yeah. I mean, my dad does roofing on the side from his firefighting, and he taught me a lot just going and seeing jobs from there. I think in college, definitely doing business and like management and stuff, being behind the scenes and managing jobs. But also down here in Texas, I like Texas land. I'm a Texas boy. I grew up here, and I like those big high fence Texas ranches with exotic animals. And so I mean, I'm saying that just I like land management, land development, and just taking care of land and animals on it. So
Yep.
down that route, there's a route down, but yeah, we'll see.
That's a good route, man. I grew up on a farm, like I told you, dude. I love that aspect of land and animals and the whole 9 yards. But you're from Texas, man. So tell us, this is a two-parter, but first answer this. What college team, dude, did you grow up rooting for, man?
So my dad, he grew up in Louisiana, and he was his buddies like LSU, and then that transferred to me like in LSU, and I still like LSU today, and I grew up liking them, but I would probably say LSU as a kid.
Yeah. So obviously, college football has changed a lot. I mean, in 10 years, even in 5 years, man, with NIL and the transfer portal, you're seeing the craziness going on, man. People are signing for a school and 3 months later entering the transfer portal, changing schools, the whole 9 yards. Players are getting paid now. There's tampering going on, you might say. I'm all for college athletes getting paid. They should have been getting paid a long time ago. What are your thoughts on this, the transfer portal and of NIL, and how it's affecting college football right now? What your perspective as a recruit, somebody that's about to be knee deep in this stuff, man? What's your thoughts, man?
No, I mean, I think the transfer portal, it's a good reason. It's a good accessibility to have in college football for guys that need to move and they need a better place or they're not getting play time or something. But also there's a dark side of it. I think guys are using it for money and I think people are losing the core values of why they're going to a college sometimes. And I mean, that's why I like A&M because of who they stand for. I mean, there's hardworking people. And I mean, I think a lot of kids just, they lose that why they went there, and they're thinking past that into the money. And hopefully I don't want to use that transfer portal. I want to stay wherever I'm at from the rest of my college career. So
yeah, you put that really nicely, man. I've never heard anybody put it like that, but you those things are really great tools if used properly, just like the internet. It's an amazing tool, but you can also, there's a dark side to it, but you'll forget why. You'll forget where you came from. You'll forget the original reason why you committed to this school in the first place. I love how you put that. Mello, what you got?
So I know I just heard you reference Texas A&M. So my question is, my question to you, how far is Texas A&M from Prosper, Texas, where you're currently located?
Like 3.5 hours.
Okay, and is distance from home gonna be a key contributor and factor into your decision-making process?
No. So I probably shouldn't say this word, but I went to Michigan this past summer and for a little barbecue thing, and the whole idea was going and leaving the state of Texas and showing why. It was me and my dad showing why I don't want to go and leave the state of Texas, and it totally backfired. And I like Michigan and stuff now, and it showed that distance doesn't matter when I know I'm going to get developed and it's worth it. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, like we were talking about before, man. I told you a little bit of my testimony, man, but the main thing for me when I left home is getting out of that comfort zone. Forces you to grow up, teaches you who you are, builds your character, because it makes things a little harder. But, if you remain comfortable and everybody around you is always telling you how good a job you're doing and stuff, you're not really going to have that motivation to take it to the next level, man. But you take yourself out of that little nest, that little comfort zone, dude. Good things happened. If you got a good head on your shoulders, you were raised the right way, and you clearly were, you know what I mean? You started a business at 11 years old, so something clicked with you. But obviously, starting the 7th grade, man, have, went pretty big time, man, blowing up here, 4-star recruit. I don't pay attention to the rankings very much. You're a top 300 player for sure. You go as high as Rivals, I believe, has you a top 50 player in the nation. But watching your film, you're a dog, bro. I mean, absolutely. You love the game. You get after it. Quick feet. I see while your brother's a boxer, you got some hands too. I watch you do it. You play after the whistle, man. I could watch your film for a long time. I don't say that about every offensive lineman. Some of them are really boring to watch, but yours is not a boring film to watch. So I imagine you got a lot of schools reaching out to you, and that list is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. But when was your first offer, and who was it? If you remember.
Yeah, no, I do. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, it was so early. It was my freshman spring ball. So as a freshman, I got SMU, and then it was right after that summer I got Baylor. And then with offers, it just goes downhill from there. But yeah, it was SMU, and I was like, it was my mom, my dad, and my brother, and we were standing there, and Coach Lashley, the head coach, offered me. I was like, what does this mean? Like, I had no idea because I was at a spring practice, and I was like, what the heck? And I was so shocked, and that's how I get the same feeling when I have 52 offers right now. I mean, every offer means something to me because I know it's a different opportunity for me, and I'm just like, wow, like thank you, God, like this is awesome. It's a blessing.
Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
So in terms of offers, when did you receive your Ohio State offer, and who was it from? And go ahead, answer that real quick.
Sorry, yeah, it was Coach Fry. It was when was it? Okay, so hold on, let me tell you the story. So he was visiting. It was a couple weeks ago when he went to Arizona, and he was at my school and he was visiting my mom. It was the day before he left. So I thought he would stay at Ohio and everything. And that next day he left. And I think he offered me at my school like month and a half ago. So yeah, I was there, but it's a crazy story because I saw him there. Then the next day he left Ohio. I was like, well, shoot, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that leads into my second part. How does that affect your recruiting process? And has current O-line coach Tyler Bowen reached out to you? And what are your thoughts on that transition?
No, he texted me the night. He said, "Hey, you want to get on a FaceTime call?" I was like, "Yeah, let me do this little interview real quick." And then
yes, we came first.
Tell him you were on the Buckeye Boys.
No, I mean it doesn't. Coach Fry, he didn't. It wasn't a lot of recruitment. I think the only recruitment I got from it was when he came and visited me, because, of course, after winning that last game and everything, he was busy with that, which is it's okay. It's awesome. He deserves that. And, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect my recruitment with Ohio because and Coach Dickey, the assistant line coach, he was at Oklahoma State. We had a great relationship because Oklahoma State's 4 hours away from house, and he was always down at my school. So like I kind of from him being hired, I kind of can get that culture that y'all have over there because of him, because he's a great coach and great guy, and I love being around him. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to come up there and see it in person in myself. So yeah.
So I need your help with something, because very passionate about recruiting, follow it, and I've never been in the position. I've never been recruited for football. Never. None of that, never even coached, nothing. So I lack experience. So I would love to actually hear somebody that's going through it, because I have my ideas. And here's where I'm at with this, right? Because recruiting has changed. And I'm about to tell you what I think in my mind is going on, right? So back in the day, winning football teams, Ohio State, Alabama, that had a lot of weight. That the brand name had a lot of weight for recruits. And, like a coach could reach out once a week or twice a week and simply say, "Hey, we're offering you. We want you to come here." And then every once in a while reach out to you. And I think that's changed. And I don't know if it's society's bleeding into, obviously, society's affecting it, new and whatnot. But now I feel like coaches, to keep people, interested in stuff, they got to reach out every single day to certain people and show them and prove to them, hey, we really, really want you here. Like, it's not enough to call you one time and say, "Yo, Zaden, hey, this is Tyler from Ohio State. Watched your film. You're an absolute dog. It would be an honor and a blessing to have you a part of Buckeye Nation over here. We're national champs, the whole 9 yards." Hang the phone up. 2 weeks later, call you. "Yo, Zaden, how you doing? Can we get you down here, to take a look at this school?" Where are you at as a recruit is my line of thinking right where you feel like a lot of recruits want that attention every single day? And what is the best way to recruit you? What will make you feel wanted and important and like a team really wants you?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Your first question. I mean, that's a great. Like, I get where you're coming from because it has changed. It is crazy, especially you guys with a lot of offers, a lot of interest from different colleges. I mean, they try to talk to you every day, and yeah, I mean, I would say it's different for different kind of recruits. It's different, like where they're from and how they're raised and everything. For me personally, I'm a guy that I've told coaches, hey, I don't need a call every day. Like, you don't have to text me every day. I mean, I think maybe 2 times a month, or maybe 1 time a week or something. The call and just that relationship going, because especially when it's long distance, I can't just drive to come see you. We got to keep that somehow that connection together. But I mean, yeah,
I got you. So does the weight of a team winning? The Ohio State just won the national championship. For you, does that carry any weight as a recruit in a decision?
Oh, of course, because I want to go school and win. Like anyone else, you have that experience. I mean, I still want to have that college. I'm in this program. We're winning. We're all doing this together, and So definitely.
Yeah. I'm just saying, winningest team program in college football history the past 25 years.
Oh yeah,
I was about to tell him that, Mel's, and be like, hey, a little reminder, we're the winningest anyway.
Yeah.
Mello, you got anything, or I got some more if you don't.
Yeah, ask another one.
Gotcha. So
I threw myself off with that one.
Yeah, you're good, man. So obviously this past season, I just said Ohio State national champs. You saw all the offensive line stuff happening. Lost a first-round NFL draft pick left tackle, had to move a guard to tackle. I mean, we were playing 9 deep on the offensive line. As an Ohio State fan, that was my number one worry before the season. Holy crap, we're lacking depth, the offensive line. Well, all the fans got proven wrong this year. But what were your thoughts? How much did you watch Ohio State this year? And if you did, what were your thoughts, man, watching everything they pushed through and went through, and that Notre Dame game, man?
Yeah, I mean, I just clear watching y'all, just watching Notre Dame. I mean, y'all got an O-line, of course, y'all do, and y'all got depth because I think didn't guys get like hurt and stuff, and y'all had to move guys to different positions, and
we lost our Remington Award winner center.
Yeah, that just shows that y'all are like everyone's like it's kind of like leveled out, and everyone knows what to do, and everyone's coached, and everyone's being developed because they're not scared to put guys behind them and stuff or move guys around. And I think me personally, I can do that too. I mean, I can play wherever the team needs me. I've just been playing left tackle my whole career. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I remember watching the Ohio-Michigan game.
Dude.
That's crazy game. But after that just shows all the hate y'all both have for each other and just how much that means to y'all. But
dude, you know what I'm saying, dude? It means something for sure. Dang, I was about to say, oh man, I had a good question and I lost it, dude. Forget what it was. It's gonna pop back up.
I think it shows the resiliency. So you've always played left tackle. You haven't played anywhere else along the line, because I mean, with your athleticism, I could see you playing anywhere. Honestly,
it was like I think the only time I switched is in like 8th grade. I had to play center a little bit for a couple games.
What did you think about that?
It was a little different from going to like a wider stance to a more short, get off the ball stance, which is the same thing, but. I bet the spring I get moved to center because we have like 2 guys that are hurt, like interior dudes. So maybe get some center reps or something just to try it. But
you have to be intelligent to play center because you're calling all the protections and everything. How difficult is it to switch? Because I'm thinking about like Donnie Jackson switching from being an All-American left guard and then switching to left tackle. And how difficult do you think that transition could be or would be?
It is. It's pretty hard, like a difference in both positions. But I think I've been training with LPA. It's a lineman like training place. Like it's in Allen, about 25 minutes away from me, and I've been going there since every Sunday since the last 3.5 years with my dad, and you just train O-line, straight O-line, pass setting and run blocking and core and ankles and just all the things that O-line need. I mean, I've been doing that for when I've been kind of young, and that taught me a lot. But I think just it's all the same thing. It's just the way you start, like in your stance, and it's the center's the same as tackle. Just you have to set a little different and get out. I've always liked the saying that the tackle, it's like you're on your own island with the DN and you, but in the interior guy, it's you're more on a phone booth,
yeah.
Have you seen the telephone fights in like England where they fight? It's more like that, more combat, hand fighting, and it's the same thing as tackle. But tackle, you're more boom, take a couple sets back, and you're out there. But yeah, I think for me personally, I think I'm athletic enough to play wherever. But I mean, yeah,
no, you definitely are.
Yeah. So a little bit of a two-parter. Are teams, when they have conversations with you, are they talking about position? Are you being recruited as a tackle, or teams saying, hey, we'll figure that out when you get here? And then also, I'm going to ask you, what is the most important thing to you in a school? But don't take this the wrong way. Just the first thing pops your mind. I feel like a lot of people just answer it and say relationships, culture. If you could dive into that a little bit for us, so us fans can kind of get in the head of recruits a little bit and understand, okay, what does relationships mean, man? Are you comfortable when you get on there? Like, what are some really important things that you're looking for in a school? So what positions you're playing, and what teams, what you're looking for in a college?
Yeah, I mean, so I've been recruited as a tackle, like out of all of my 52 schools I've been offered by. So yeah, tackle, but they know I can play wherever. I play wherever. I told them that, wherever the team needs to be. I mean, yeah, but I would say for like the main big reason why I go to school and the most important things to me, the list. I mean, you said it'd be the culture and like the core values they have there and who they stand for. But I would mostly say is my education too, because I know this game's going to end one day, and it can end tomorrow. I mean, that's why I think every day I make the most of it, because I don't know when it's going to end. I would say education, and then my second one would probably be if I didn't play football there, I would still go there as a student. Like take the football part out of it and just like how would I live life there? Because it's going to be. I mean, we talked about before the meeting, like leaving home and going that far. It's gonna be a little challenge because I'm used to being in Texas with my family and everything. It's a challenge, but I think if I can overcome it and just find that right place to do it. And I would also say just being truly developed. And the most important thing is the O-line coach, the head coach, and what they think about me, and the strength coach, because either in the guys under the O-line coach, because the O-line coach, he's gonna be there in the season, but he's gonna be gone recruiting dudes in the wintertime and getting out and everything. But I'll mostly be with the GAs and the O-line assistants and the strength program. Because I mean, my end goal, I want to go to the NFL like anyone else, but I've set that goal since I've been playing football, and I just don't want that fire to lose because I'm missing that part out of that college. So I would say all those main points. So.
Yeah, I feel like if I was a recruit and I went to visit a team or something, like the other players on the team would have a huge impact on me. And I would know, hey, the seniors and juniors, some of them might not be here, but I'm going to be looking at the other players and seeing how they are, how they move, how they operate, what do they like to do. Like that would be a big impact for me. I'm assuming that's correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, think about it, like O-line, that's like the most tightest group on the field. Like you have to, it starts up front. If you want to win games, you got to have a good O-line. Like you have to have the best O-line, and you want to make sure that, I need to make sure wherever I go, I want to find a place where I can fight to the guy next to me and he'll fight for me. And it's just that relationship of that O-line culture that we have. And
amen.
So yeah,
brotherhood.
Absolutely. And I mean, the brotherhood here is pretty tight knit. I'm sure you could ask about it, ask around. You'll experience that when you come here. But my question is, who do you look for inspiration in terms of offensive tackle players, either in the National Football League or on the college level, that you like to study and maybe emulate a little bit?
Yeah, so it's crazy. So the guy I trained with, Clint Anderson in LPA, he used to live with Lane for a while, for about 2 years. Lane Johnson, that plays for the Eagles, and Lane Johnson's been in my house and he's seen my weight room, and I won't say we're buddies, but I hope one day we can become closer because he's someone I look up to. I would say him. I would say his pass pro is what I want to try to model as, but he's also a freak. But probably run game, I would say Trent Williams and Panay Sewell at Lions. Those two guys I look up to. I mean, they're just dogs, especially Panay. He was super young going to NFL, a young cat, and you see that video with who was it? Someone for the Rams, but it was some DT, and he was some 23-year-old, 24-year-old fighting some grown man in an NFL game. It was like, I don't know, just that dog style, and I think my game kind of rolls and goes in that order. So yeah.
Hey, you got that. You not only do you got the play style on the field, but you got that dog haircut too. Know what I'm saying, dude? I don't mess around type of haircut, dude.
Absolutely.
Hey, well, dude, my parents.
Yeah, my brother has a buzz cut, and my mom won't let me cut the hair, but I like it.
Dude, my parents, I was rocking a mullet when I was little too, man. I love them, bro. But
party in the back, business in the front, baby.
There we go, dude. Well, wrapping up a little bit here, man. We're at 30 minutes. We appreciate your time, but real fast, if you can, have you dropped any top lists yet? And when are you looking to kind of finalize up your recruiting process?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably this spring. I'll probably make a top 12, top 10. Probably it'd probably be my top whatever. Probably be my OV set, or maybe some schools still in the idea of it. And then I hoping after my OVs, probably that July area after, maybe committing somewhere because I want to see everything. I still want to go in the middle of June when I'm in the middle of my OVs and just commit and miss opportunity or something I'm missing. So, but also colleges have made it kind of clear to me that, hey, if we sign 4 guys and you still don't really want to come to school, we'll sign a 5th lineman. Like you're wanted. Cool. So that's also that's I know a lot of recruits don't have that, and it's a blessing for me because it makes that decision more easier and not a stress. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's cool, man. And Mello, do you have anything scheduled for coming to Columbus at all?
Hold on, let me find it. It's right here.
I haven't seen anybody.
March 23rd.
Yep.
Awesome. I think you're gonna love Columbus.
That's what I heard.
There's a lot of businesses there. So like when Urban Meyer was here, he set it up to where the players could get internships with all the businesses because it's the fastest growing city in America. So like even if cats don't make it to the NFL, they always have jobs lined up waiting for them.
Set up. Yeah.
Yep. And then like OG Walt, if you're in real estate, OG Walt, it has a real estate business. A lot of the players flip real estate. So I mean, there's a lot of good things to do there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is
Zaden.
Yeah.
Good opportunities for sure. But hey, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on here. Hopefully we can get you back on 3-6 months from now, do a little checkup, see where you're at, man. And if you go visit the Buckeyes or sign with the Buckeyes, man, we'll definitely get you back on here for sure. Let people know where they can kind of keep up with your career and what's going on and stuff. How can we find you, man?
I'm on Twitter or X. Just Zaden Krempin, Zaden, and then Krempin, and then same thing for Instagram. Should come right up.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, man, go give him a follow over there, dude. Keep up with his career, man. I foresee him taking an official visit to Ohio State. I'm going to say it right now. I'm not going to ask if he's going to. I don't want to put that pressure on him, but we'll just speak it into existence right now.
Yes,
Zaden,
sir.
Appreciate the heck out of you, man. You're a dog, dude. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Raised by an absolute amazing family, man. So appreciate you taking your time. Mello, any final words?
Yeah, like I say this to all the guests at Ohio State or recruiting that we've had on. All you guys seem like you could tell you guys come from a balanced family. You guys have a good support system and a structure because Ohio State doesn't just recruit the best at their position. They also recruit cultural fits, if that makes sense. And I think when you get on campus, you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll make more sense to you as you go along further through the process. But I know you're going to be successful. Whatever you decide to do, you got your head on right, and you seem extremely intelligent. So good luck. I love to follow you, and I can't wait to see what decision you make. We're going to support you regardless.
Yes, sir.
Unless you go to the team up north. I mean, we'll support you otherwise. But yeah.
No, I feel y'all. Thank you for having me on here.
Yes, you gonna give us an IO if once I say OH just to support the channel a little bit?
Sure. What do I do? Just
yeah, OH, and you say IO. OH.
IO.
Yeah,
sure, dude. I love it, bro.
There you go.
Hey, Zaden,
that's what I'm talking about.
Catch you later, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Another good interview, man. I absolutely love that, dude. Getting to know these recruits. We'll see, man, picking up a little steam with this recruit. Ohio State showing a little bit more interest now. Obviously, you heard our boy, Coach Fry, really getting it in on the recruiting trail, really reaching out into Zaden all the time. Hopefully, Tyler Bowen can keep up with what Fry was doing. I mean, ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, dude. Dive into a little something else.
I can't deal with this guy. Devin is crazy, man.
The show is not over. Do not leave. We're going to just hit a few more topics, man. The first thing I want to hit on is kind of, last year, the saying around the team last year was natty or bust, right? Like that was the overall theme of this team. Okay. So where are we at this year? What is Ryan Day saying to these players? What are these players thinking in their mind? I've been reading a lot of message board, doing some thinking myself, and I've heard that Ryan Day is really stressing this team that, hey, man, you guys didn't win a natty. Yeah. You guys didn't do anything. You didn't accomplish anything. You were starting from ground zero. Over there on Scoop, I heard them say that, they're taking down the natty stuff and some of the signs they had up next year, and I love that approach by Ryan Day. I think it's a boss move and get these guys humbled and get them back in the weight room, get them grinding, get that fire back under them. Because when you have that much success, I just know from personal experience, man, like once you reach a goal, it's really hard not to get stagnant and try to reach for more. So it's good to have a coach and a coaching staff that is thinking ahead like that and doing these kind of moves. What's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. That's the number one fear, right? Coming off of a successful season that they just came off of, the complacency, right? So when I was in the military and we would deploy, complacency is what got people killed. You get complacent, it's boring, you're going through the motions, and then all of a sudden that's when you get hit with an ambush. And typically it's the one that's complacent that doesn't get hit. Is your buddy to the right or left of you. So I like that he's keeping them on their toes, keeping them from being complacent. And I think really Coach Mick is a major part. We already heard what Zaden was saying about the strength and conditioning program and who's running it and how important it is to him, because at the end of the day, that's where you're going to make the most improvement. So if Coach Mick is holding a standard at a certain level, you already know from a mental approach that physically they're going to be prepared, which is going to prepare their mind, because the better shape you're in, the better conditioning you're in, the easier it is to stay locked in and to stay focused. And you're not thinking about, oh man, I'm sucking right now, and this isn't fun. You know what I mean? So like, I think it all starts with Coach Mick. And then the coaching staff, I mean, we have brand new coaching staff. A lot of these guys didn't win anything either. So they got to still be hungry and prove it. Matty P probably hears people saying, oh, what a terrible hire. Look what he did at Detroit. So I think that there's a lot of motivation still left in the Woody.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, I know that every player on the team had something to do with the natty. I was just saying that statement to get a point across. I know that there are some players that contributed, did win a natty. But obviously got a lot of new coaches on the staff. And a lot of the times, man, when you see new coaches or coaches getting promoted from within and they get this new title, I mean, Brian Hartline had the offensive coordinator title, but he was not the offensive coordinator. They do it for a pay raise, for justification to do it. And so we can keep these coaches around. But this year, these titles aren't just titles. That's not what these are for. Tyler Bowen is actually going to be an integral, big part of the running game, man. Over there on the scoop board, the little nugget they dropped that he is obsessed with Coach Kelly. Yeah, Chip
His
Kelly and his running game, dude. So he's going to be an integral part there. Tim Walton being the co-defensive coordinator is going to be a very important part. It's not just the title. Tim Walton's getting involved. He's been wanting to get involved. Teams are reaching out to him, trying to pull him away to be defensive coordinators. So Ohio State, Ryan Day making this move, keeping him there is a beautiful thing. So I love what Ryan Day is doing with the hires, where he's putting them, the strategy behind these hires and getting that inside information, knowing what's going on there. And Matty P coming in, man. Everybody's wanting to know, how much different is this defense going to look? What's going to happen? Are these guys going to have to learn a whole new system? I mean, we're in the Natty game, spring cut short, don't have much time as we're used to having. What's going to happen? Well, we're going to stick with the 3 safety type of defense. One of the main differences that we're going to see with Matt P that we're hearing is the exotic fronts that he's going to be running, the pressures. You know, Matty P came in and saw some players that he thought were being underutilized with their talents, with the ability to get at the quarterback, players like CJ Hicks, stuff like that. So it's a team effort here. A lot of these new defensive coaches coming in, they got some things to say. But your thoughts on sticking with the 3 safety system, but switching up the front with diversity for getting after the quarterback?
I'm so glad you asked this question, man. I think it's a wonderful question. And I feel, honestly, you don't want to change it too much, right? We just had the #1 defense. We've been recruiting from a safety-driven defense. And now we want to add the pressure because that's what we were lacking. So now we're going to, if you could mold and find that balance where you could do both at the same time, everybody's saying that the defense can improve. I think it can. The only question mark I personally have is the depth on the D-line and building that depth for the end of the season. Now, I know it's going to look a little rough in the beginning probably when you're subbing in and you're starting off with Texas, right? So that's a big-time game, and we're pretty young on the D-line. So I'm interested to see the development of that. But in terms of the multi-front, and I'm also interested to see how they use CJ Hicks, because I believe that's going to be a key factor. And I was just thinking about it because I did hear it on Scoop as well. They're talking about using him as more like a defensive end or coming off the edge, which when you think about it, where do we lack the most depth on defense? And that's defensive end, right? So that actually is like a +1 that you weren't counting at the end of the season in terms of the depth chart for the defensive end position. So I think it's all positive. Let's see how he puts it together. I think he's brilliant. I think he has an incredible mind. So I'm just interested to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, and the thing that gives me a little bit of peace about the defensive line depth is I have the same concern. I think we're gonna steal a defensive end from Ole Miss in the portal and kind of fill that void a little bit. But is the fact that Matty P and was it Washington, the coach from Oregon and stuff, they have that experience in getting pressure in more exotic ways, stand-up edge rushers. And dude, I'm excited to see, man. I think players like Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese and CJ Hicks are going to be more involved with getting after the quarterback and being utilized in specific ways. I mean, that's Matty P really hangs his hat on being able to look at players, look at the abilities they have and utilizing them. And I think Sonny Styles, CJ Hicks, and some other players. And we got a super chat here that kind of dives into that, because in order for Sonny Styles and them to do it, we're going to have some freshmen step up. So Lucia, thank you so much for the $5. I'm just excited to see these incoming freshmen. Kind of sad that we won't see them in the spring game. It's definitely sad to touch on the spring game thing real fast, please. But for me, and I don't know if this makes me less of a fan or whatever, but I could care less about the spring game. I don't really, I'm not into it. They're not out there playing real hard. And most of the time, all it does is give me a false hope, or it gives me false ideals in my mind about the team, because I see a certain player do really good and then they never see the field. or I see, players not doing good and they play, it just gives me like
makes your anxiety go up.
Yeah. But I mean, I always love watch. I would like to see him. Yes. But I'm just saying it doesn't break my heart, if we don't have a spring game and all that stuff. But these incoming freshmen, hit on the spring game real fast before we move on to incoming freshmen.
Yeah. So in terms of the spring game, I'm completely fine with it. And I know a lot of people think it's because of poaching and all that. I don't, because you could just set the spring game to after the portal close. I think it's more about using the sports science behind it and leaning on the fact that the season is longer and you don't want to have injuries. And then we have to build depth. So I think it's actually smart not to do it. I think they're going to do they might do a 7-on-7 or some kind of showcase that's still going to be entertaining. And it might be even better because you might see some crazier wow plays.
Yeah, for sure. My dad's currently in the chat right now.
For real?
He's trying to, Eric Anderson, trying to make me look bad, saying I won't give him my Amazon Prime login. Listen, Dad, I gave it to you one time. I don't know what you did with it. You got rid of it or something. That's on you, man.
What's up, Mr. E? Yeah. How you doing?
You send me $50 a month just to split the cost.
Man, you better text them your password.
Dad, they upped the cost of Prime. It's $100 a month now. We'll split it 50-50. I'll send me $50 and we'll do it. No, listen, guys, I'm not being mean. I love my dad to death, and my dad's awesome. You could get my Prime account just if I remember to give it to you. So shoot me Dad, how about every once in a while you call me or text me? Don't get on my show and communicate like that. How about that crap? Anyway, where were we at?
It's entertaining.
The incoming
real. See, look, he agrees with me. Tell him, Mello. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Doodah, man. My goodness gracious, dude. Thank you so much, man. The $100 for the cause and Mello not wearing that New York hat. Dude, Mello, that just paid you off for a month. We better not see that hat for another month, dude.
Man, I just ordered some new hats anyway, so I got plenty of hats. I don't have to wear thank you ones for a month. I got you.
Appreciate you, dude. Oh, man. But, dude, the incoming freshman, man, dude, this is the best class signed in the nation. I'm not saying that from a homer aspect. I'm saying that from, dude, if this would have been Alabama's class, I'd be saying Alabama has the best class in the nation. I'm convinced of it. Devin Sanchez, Riley Pettijohn, Tavian St. Clair, Carter Lowe, Zion Grady, Tarvos Alfred, all those players have potential, to make an impact. Yeah, oh my gosh, how do I miss him, dude? He's my top three in the class.
There's just so many of them. Desi Brown,
I know,
Quincy Porter, Bell.
They are all going to make there's going to be a lot of impact players in this freshman class this year. Now, what do I mean by that? They might not get on the field like we think or we hope, but I promise you this: Riley Pettijohn, Devin Sanchez, they are going to push the dudes in front of them.
Absolutely.
The seniors and juniors in front of them that we think are going to be starters, they're going to be pushed by these youngsters coming in there because these guys are not playing around. Devin Sanchez already weighs 196 pounds, probably one of the fastest dudes on the team. Mm-hmm. And, we got Jermaine Matthews and Iggy and Lorenzo Stiles and Aaron Scott and Bryce West that are all sitting here, and we love them to death, and they're great players. But you better get better, because Devin Sanchez is coming for you. So that's Fahim Delane, the safety room. They're going to be pushing these players, man. So I love this class, man. I think we got some serious talented players. And do me a favor and just think ahead to 2026 season real fast. Mm-hmm. That's a natty lock type of team right there. I'm telling you that right now.
Absolutely.
But, incoming freshman, Mello.
Before I say anything, you got to answer this. I'm sorry. Did Mello see the commercial about him? Were you in a commercial, bro?
No.
You sure? Are you holding out on us?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I was on a most wanted poster. Is that what you're talking about, Dad? They know that. Like, they already know. I've told them. So if a most wanted poster counts as a commercial, then you got me. But
man, I don't know what he's talking about. Devin's going to say on this show. That's why you got to tune in, because he's going to say something crazy at least once a show. Today he's cooking. No, but in terms of the freshmen, no, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm so ecstatic about this class. It's easily the best class in the country. We have the best linebackers. We have the best DBs. It's just ridiculous. We got Carter Lowe, who's an absolute animal, and anybody that's up in the Toledo area knows this. We got Quincy Porter, a dog. We got Bell, he's a dog.
Didn't even say him, bro.
Jones is a dog. We got Deshaun Stewart, he's a dog. Man, and like Devin said, 2026, I'm guaranteeing we're winning the Natty, especially we got Chris Henry Jr. coming in. You got Chris Henry, dude. Yeah. This is going to be ridiculous. And then we got James people. I expect that we'll probably get Derek Cooper, in my opinion. So I mean, the running back and our running back class is stacked. Isaiah West, Turbo, Bo Jackson, on top of James Peoples. I mean, this team is ridiculous, bro. Nate Roberts. We didn't even talk about the tight ends. Like,
yeah, dang, dude. Yeah, I know, man.
Hey, it's scary hours for the rest of college football, honestly.
It is. Wrapping up here, but the last little thing, I wanted to get your thoughts on this because we're all talking about Sonny Styles, the block O, and I know that the Mike linebackers normally the green dot, whatnot, but what about Caleb Downs wearing the green dot, impressing for the block O and a little bit of leadership on this team?
You know how I love light-skinned Ed Reed.
Yeah.
I'm all for him wearing the green dot. I mean, he's already a green dot dude, whether he has the green dot on or not. I mean, he's running that defense anyway. That's actually a good one. I like that. And he's at the third depth. I don't know. I think the reason they go with linebackers because they're right in between the D-line and the safety, so they could communicate with the D-line.
For sure, yeah.
But in terms of the green dot, yes, I would not be opposed to light-skinned Every rocking the green dot.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I haven't, you talk about leaders on the team, and for some reason, I think it's because we didn't sign him here as a freshman, but I just keep forgetting about Caleb Downs and what an integral part he's going to be on this team in terms of leadership. He already was his first year, right? But can you imagine what he's going to be like now, winning a national title, having that experience, integrated himself into this team, actually has earned the respect of all the coaches, all the players. I mean, that leadership's about to get taken to the next level. It's like having another Matty P or Jim Knowles playing on the field for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I mean, this is where when people talk about legacies, this is where it's at. It's through the leadership. That's how you leave and stamp your legacy, by how you develop the younger guys who are going to continue that culture and develop the younger guys. And that's just passed down from class to class. So right now, Sonny and Caleb Downs could be those players. David Igbinosun could be those players on defense that are going to pass down that legacy. Jermaine Matthews. And then it's just going to continue and carry over for each class.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know linebackers normally are the green dot. They're definitely not always. I watched several teams this year had a couple safeties wearing the green dot. You want a player that you can speak some information to their headphone, they can process it, and they can communicate it to the rest of the team. And, Sonny Styles being the position on the field will be good. But, somebody put in here, Caleb Downs playing close to the line, like Aaron Downs playing close to the line like he did last year. That's what I'm thinking about. They're going to utilize him in that same area. That's where he's best utilized on the field. So he's going to be closer anyway. It was just a thought that I had. So I'm excited.
Thought.
I'm excited about this. Yeah. Excited about this team, dude. This defense might not look like it did last year, but it has the potential to be way better in other areas. That this last defense wasn't, with a number one defense. So I'm not sure how much. Don't take my comments out of context. I know we were the most dominant defense we've seen in a long time. But, dude, we got the skills, the players to do it. Ryan Day, Adam, the coaching staff, man.
Super chat.
I'm excited. Oh, yeah, Russ. Thank you so much for the $4.99, brother. Sorry about that, Russ. Love the show, guys. Great job, Devin Mello. Appreciate it, man. You guys are a motivation for this. People showing up every single night, views on it just keeps us motivated to keep adding. Dude, I almost forgot, man. Get ready. Here we go. Is Steely in the chat?
Yes.
Oh, you guys are screwed. All right.
Trivia time, people. I'm about to get my clock ready.
All right, here I got this one. This is a good one. Somebody will get this one right off the bat. Oh, maybe. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Who? Chat, you ready? Here we go. Who holds the record for the most career rushing touchdowns at Ohio State? Who is it? Who said Pete? Who said Pete Johnson? They got it. Steely didn't win. Are we sure Steely didn't put Pete Johnson in there first? Uncle Bubba.
We got the new winner.
Got it, man. All right. So the official score: Uncle Bubba 1, Steely 3. Don't forget, guys. Gonna win a ticket to the Washington game. You'll have to cover traveling expenses, flights, the whole 9 yards. If for some reason you can't make it to that game, you'll be reimbursed the money that I paying for the Washington ticket. I'm gonna be buying all my tickets here soon. I'm buying an extra Washington ticket for this here. So spread it a little bit. Tell some people we're doing this, man. It might motivate people to get on here. We do it at the end of the show. So unfortunately, you're stuck staring at our ugly mugs the whole show if you want a chance to win it. So sorry for that. But this is what we got, man. So there's not much we can do for you.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys. Heck of a show. Always love it, man. Don't forget to hit the like button, dude. Share it. If you haven't shared us on your X or your Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, whatever else there is, please do that for us. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on Sunday. And Monday, we got a pretty big interview coming, man. You guys are going to want to pay attention to that. It is a recruit, a pretty big time recruit. So you guys are going to want to tune in for that show. It's going to be a good one. But on that note, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.
Ayo.